Hello and welcome back. Today we've got the Bedford incident starring Richard Widmark and Sidney Poitier. A reporter is aboard a US Navy ship in the Arctic Circle, doing so like he's basically making a report on the captain. Of course, in the Arctic Circle, doing a few maneuvers, ship navy things really that ran in NATO times, sort of like of course the Arctic Circle in the Russian area. Of course, they get wind of a Russian sub that's near them, and maybe maybe getting them in a bit of trouble, maybe sort of hunting them down, maybe going to take them, blow the ship up and sink it. Of course, sort of a cat and mouse game comes into play where they're sort of going backwards and forwards each other, ships hunting the sub down, and the sub's trying to get away, then hunting the ship down. Although you would think the sub might win, given that's underwater, and you can see the sub via radar, and the sub can see the ship through its periscope and through radar itself. Of course, being a submarine, you've got to be quiet. Anything noisy or anything happening in the ship can use the radar to detect it. It gets quite nice suspense actually, because the crew of the ship and the sub obviously gets really nervous because they're not sure what's going to happen. Because the captain's very unpredictable, the ship's captain, Eric Finlander, yes, is Richard Widmark. He's the captain of the ship. He gets really tense and really over top of things, and really gets defensive or wants to get on the attack or really wants to know what the sub's doing, but can't help it. Of course, hours must drag on, or days, I'm not sure how long, I can't remember how long it goes on for, it must be hours at least. The crew get really sort of uptight, get really nervous, get really hard done, and like I said before, and they really just want to get the job done and dusted. Get the sub, sink the sub, or take it over and scuttle it. Very nice done. It's very amazing, a very nice film. The film's black and white, and it's a really nice sort of picture quality to it as well. It's filmed in the 60s, this film, based in the I think late 50s. And the picture is really quite clear, quite nice. I got like an old TV, so it sort of works with it. I like the aesthetic wise. The TV's about 10 years old, so I think any newfangled TVs probably not works well because you've got too many pixels to what maybe the picture of the film maybe be able to hold, maybe ruin it slightly, the brightness and all that. So, but no, I quite enjoy this film, and I think you should do as well. Sidney Poitier is Ben Munsford, who's a reporter on the ship. He comes along to do some paperwork on the captain, do a report, and sort of hand it into the, I guess, the CEOs or the high-ranking officers to say that he's doing the captain's doing a good job. Usually when you've got some kind of reporter on board, usually things go astray, and exactly what happens in this film. It's something that always happens, isn't it? You can't have someone on the ship who's new and unseaworthy or battle-wise, and nothing ever happens. You gotta have something happening, and of course it's just coincidence it does. But yeah, it's the old cat and mouse game comes into play, like I said before. Everyone gets spooked and everyone gets a bit on the uptight side. Even the reporter seems to keep his cool head and seems to somehow want to take command of the ship. The way it feels, it doesn't seem like he wants to be reporting much, or he doesn't seem to be taking many notes at least, or very much to the footage or something. You thought you were going to be filming the incidents or taking a lot of notes, but he seems very against that, the reporter. He just seems to listen to one of the captain and just not really take orders very well. It does take orders, but then sort of messes things up a little bit. Of course, the captain of the ship always has to know what he's doing, and I think that's what happens here. It's quite good. Of course, the medical officer aboard the ship has issues regarding the crew and Munsford himself. But the captain doesn't want to know about it, does he? He knows what's best. He thinks he knows what's best. And Richard Widmark, he gives an incredible performance in this. I really like him as an actor. He really does have quite a bold personality about him. He does really quite nice. I like his films. I like the way he acts. He has quite a standout voice, I believe, as well. And he has this look. He has maybe very few looks he gives in films. He's either quite stern, or he gives a nice smile off. He doesn't venture too far from that, which is probably why I like him. It's quite a down-to-earth sort of chap. And like most actors around the 60s, 50s, and that, they have that sort of one or two looks they go for, and that's what makes him popular. And I believe that's what made Richard Widmark a popular man. He's very good at what he does, and this is showing for it as well. I have a few of his films back here, and I will show them to you as well. But yeah, and so then I will going to show you the film. I'm going to show you the box rather. I don't think I can show you the film. I don't really do that. But I want you to see the film for yourself. But let's see the film on it. I'll do it again. See the box on the far side.
Richard Widmark, Sidney Poitier, The Bedford Incident, a relentless pursuit to breaking point, movie extras for your drama extras and more. Yeah, okay, I can get it. Very nice sort of case actually. Gives that sort of radar look to the thing with a radar look. Got the circles going around the outside. It's got that sort of green tint and that sort of little like scope, I suppose. Even got the ship at the bottom. That must be the USS ship. Bedford, I suppose. Very nice colour actually. I quite like the colour. I like you got the two characters on the front, right sides of where the names are. Sure, yeah, he's got the camera in his hand, show that he's a bit of a reporter man, and he got the captain's hat on, which is quite nice. Inside you got the sort of the bit of paper you get because it's movies extras, and I'm going to put this one side because it's got a nice little code on for me, which I don't need, but here we go. Apart from that, it's very bland on the inside and not much. It's just a nice quality case actually. The plastic feels quite nice, a nice little bit of texture to it, but I wish they put something inside of it. Of course, the disc is contrast to the front and the rest of the box. It's very orange and very bright, and I don't think it quite works with the in the microphone. Quite works. Got that sort of, I don't know what it must be. I think yeah, Richard Widmark got his hat. He's got his face. But the orange in the darkness gives off a bad contrast. You can't really tell what he's looking at or what it really is. All the writing down the side as usual. Columbia Pictures, TriStar, Home Entertainment, all that sort of stuff. Bedford Incident on the side here. Nice. I like the text of that. Very nice done. The film's like I think 1965 filmed in, and it's recased back in 2004, gathering what it says on there. So this case is quite old in itself. The back of the case is exactly the same as the front. Got a nice sort of radar look to it. Got the captain there, the submarine, I believe. You got the I don't know what that is. Must be the chart of some sort of sub and the sort of scopes, and you got the characters there as well. And the pictures. You always get some pictures on the side, don't you, of the crew or some members of the main cast of some sort. Very nice. I like the colour. They kept the green and a nice white border around the outside to try and separate them off. And don't get why they've angled the pictures for, but there we go. Looks interesting anyway. A bit different, I'd say. Okay, now for the old writing. Hit the microphone again. Nerve-wracking suspense surrounds the Bedford Incident. I don't know why they call it surrounds the Bedford Incident. I don't think the ship's called that, but you know, they called it the Bedford, surely. The tale of a US Navy vessel on a routine NATO patrol that ends up in a freakish showdown with a Russian submarine. Richard Widmark is Captain Eric Finlander, the maniacal commander who drives his tense crew to the brink of nervous exhaustion. Sidney Poitier is Ben Munsford, a journalist aboard the Bedford, assigned to record a typical mission. His moral indignation is put to test by Captain's obsession with forcing the sub to surface. Several crew members are at breaking point as his Finlander continues his prowl. And you got the usual sort of credits at the bottom there. The barcodes. Of course, I'm in the UK, and so maybe Europe has this sort of standard procedure of PG tips, which is a tea bag, not a film company. Apparent Guardian is what the PG stands for. Contains mild language. Like, yeah, okay. Didn't really put it on the case, but you think it's a bit of a war film. You think it might have some language in there, wouldn't you? Yeah, you got the old, like, this is soft words really, the PG, hardly worthy mentioning. You can't even really pick them up at all, so, yeah. Movies extra, get more from your movies. Basically, you get a code which you then look on a computer and do stuff with. I've not ever done that before, so just making a collection. I don't think they would work now because it's got this disc back from 2004. So yeah. Anyway, let's go finish off back on the other side.
So yeah, very good film overall. I really like this film. Very simple as it is. They use a nice bit of footage from like they do use like real ship and parts, and they do use very nice studio effects and very nice way they build stuff for the studio as well. You can tell it's studio because inside submarines you can't really get a camera very well, like bumping into people and the same as ship. It's a little studio done, but very detailed and very accurate. And when they are on the ship or on the sub, and on the sea, it's sort of very nice effect to it as well. It looks almost like too real as well, but you know, very nice film. Bedford incident. One to add to a collection if you fancy. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time for another. Bye bye.